that he is the best Brazilian player and show that yuurih has a chance to punch his ticket into the top 20 this year too.
Let's see what happens. Will it be the hometown heroes who can do it, or will it indeed be the KSCERATO show once again? FURIA versus Permitta. Let's get into it with the casters.
Thank you very much. Yes, you would be. You wouldn't be amiss here for not really knowing a whole lot about Permitta esports. Just who are these guys up against FURIA, the Brazilian powerhouse on the other side? I'll give you one thing that is very interesting and a reason to really get excited about this one. Permitta started as a 4-man squad all the way back in 2020. They've been on the grind as a 4-man unit for a long time now to get to this point. It is a real example of just 5 friends getting together and trying to make something of it.
Yeah, what a rise. And now, in the big leagues, Harry, up against some of the world's best, up against FURIA, and this is going to be a true test of their potential. The take is nice, but a 5-on-4 goes the way of the Poles, and immediately that gets crushed by drop up close. They're going to run out the door together, but there's plenty of players here. KSCERATO, lots of damage, and it will get finished off. ISO's here, they know it, they hear it, they will peek it together, and he's lost in the source. Smoke kit, but he can't find him. Where have they gone? Nice shot, but Safe saves the day, and FURIA find the pistol.
Far as pistol rounds go, that's a nice opening from Permitta. I think they do well to, keep that under wraps. For FURIA on the other side, it was Drops heroics that kind of kick-started that one, feeling safe, and then they dealt with that attempted fast crunch in through the doors.
But I do think what you talked about coming into this is super interesting, right?
Let's talk about it more.
Literally coming from ESEA Open, obviously sweeping their first season, 4 seasons in main, 4 seasons in advanced, making it to Challenger League, and a few little things along the way, an attendance at conference here at Katowice. It's a well-earned spot. And look at this stack as well. From empty B site to full B site, everyone's here, but not for long. Boost up gets a kill. However, KSCERATO wasn't communicated. We'll clear it, though. It's going to be the round for FURIA, as it should be.
You touched upon, their 4 seasons in advanced and how that went to get them into the Challenger League in the first place, right? They made it through in their first playoff attempt there, right? In their first go at it. And they went through flawlessly, bro. Let me tell you some of the teams they beat. Masonic, Skada, Apex, Aurora, and Sangal. That was the flawless run to send them into ESL Challenger.
That's insane.
So, yeah, these guys are the real deal. And as mentioned, 4-man core that's been together since 2020, where this all started for them in Open. I just think it's really cool. You don't see that. You just don't see that anymore. So,
it's a long time.
Sick.
It's a very long time to keep a core, to keep especially a roster that's, not playing at the top level. Like, you often will see more swaps. Ooh, that's awkward for SNX. Walking into KSCERATO and Ramp. Art's even in the window somehow, some way, and they don't hear him. Oh, they see him, though. Some missed shots from Art. He needs help. Holding the rotation. Perfect read. And Drop comes in to assist. That is a lovely split for FURIA. It went wrong for a second, but recovered very well. And now just a kill away from that 3-0 lead. Olimp will not give it up and will limp away instead. As FURIA find a third. They should even get this kill at the end as well. There it is, nicely done by KSCERATO. And yeah, ultimately, Harry, as many teams coming in as not the favorites today have lost, I think, pretty much every game. I'll double check that, but obviously OG Sprout is still going on right now. That's a question mark. I'd say that's a closer matchup, but favorites have won every game so far. This shouldn't be an exception, especially not in the BO1s, where FURIA just want to make that quick run to the main event.
I think it's even interesting there that a good few of these play-in favorite teams have come in with their own reason for I don't want to say trying extra hard. That's really underselling how important the play-in is. But not just playing with full confidence, right? Really approaching it with a kind of seriousness, right? And
what? That's a wallbang? Okay, Art. That literally is a wall. I've never seen that. I've never seen the jail wallbang personally. Did you know?
No.
No? Crazy. Nice kills from KSCERATO to end it. Bruh, how's Art teaching me new Mirage tricks already? Why is he wasting that here? But very nice little spam there. Saw the bullets did go through.
Like I was saying about the whole favorites having a try extra hard. I think for FURIA, right, there's this feeling that they have to sell to everyone. Rio wasn't the peak, right? It was like the beginning of an upwards trajectory.
Yeah.
So I don't think they can afford to show too many, if any, struggles in these early matchups, right? I think especially in this one where you're up against such an unknown quantity, a team that's kind of, you know, really new to stakes like the ones that are on this matchup are over in the apartments gonna have this little skirmish versus Olimp on the other side. Drop's moving in to join him. Gonna play this buddy system, play the trade game.
Yeah, FURIA were never going to come into this game scared. If anything, it's Permitta who should be cautious and worried about sheer pace that FURIA can show. Still 2 players towards B. It now ramp with the bomb. The push comes, and the bomb can go right back if they want. They don't need to. They've got some fights here, but both of them come up in favor of Permitta. Up the ladder and dead to KSCERATO. A 3-on-3. He can't get the bomb yet. He's got to run all the way back to ramp for it, but FURIA have that B site. Do Permitta want to wait for that rotation or force the engagement? Seems to be the latter. ISO walks in, rather. And Casey might try his hand as well, but Art is patiently on this angle. Did it once, but he can't do it twice, and they've lost the B site. Caught in limbo, rotating back into the AWP. They know it was here.
Yeah, this is a little awkward now. Just going to have to make a play in towards the A site. You're really hoping that at bare minimum you trade this first kill, right? And try to set up someone like Drop or KSCERATO for the 1v1. KSCERATO leads the charge, that bomb on his back as he plays the hand, dropping in. He's got to commit to this plant now. Lena could win it with that shot, but it just sails on past him. And there was no time, so
what?
There's that.
I thought he had it.
I thought he had it too.
No way. That's crazy, man. That's just... that. I'm shocked. They win it. They'll take it. No complaints about that round win. He moved off of just default. He tried to go deeper into the bomb site because he didn't want to plant in the obvious spam spot and just get shot through that smoke. That extra second of taking space will cost them. My God. Well, that's a ruffled feather for FURIA. And so they're going to use that anger and just run out ramp. Double entry. Smokes it down. No one could stop this.
Yeah, you know, I think one of the challenges that's going to face you if you're Permitta is that, you know, throughout your kind of playing career thus far, you've been playing in these matchups a lot of times as an underdog. That's not a familiar, you know, that's not an off feeling. It's one you're kind of used to, but you're often used to a certain degree of respect, right? And FURIA are a team that try to disrespect the best in the game. So, yeah, you know, when they kind of, when they're in a matchup like this, they're definitely going to be bringing the heat. That is a flawless A-rush round as they find everything. They move up onto a 5th, and that one didn't even have any kind of, you know, huge overarching strategy. It was essentially...
I'm pissed off and I'm running out ramp.
We lost the last round of time, so let's make sure we have plenty of it in this one.
It was more, the previous round, it wasn't more of an awkward one because they lose Art while, you know, they're getting the bomb out of T-spawn. They had to send that second B player back to spawn to get the bomb, so they were kind of caught between both sides. But that one's just ludicrous from Drop. But the pistols now are Permitta, not even permitted to buy. Window smoke's not quite there. It's fine, they're going to get full control out middle. Already in connector, they're cutting down the short rotate. Another window smoke with a big gap. But towards a jungle fight, Mystique, and it will cost them. They do not get second chances against FURIA. As they bite back, 5-on-2, can just wait for the kills. Drop clearing the site. Watching the palace, of course he is, and creeping into his own death is SNX. CT's been full cleared by Art. So every plant is open. And Olimp, he's even smiling in the player cams. 1v5, just having a smile, happy to be here. Chatting away.
Yeah, you know, I mean, like the Death say, right? This is kind of like the learning and the growing phase for Permitta, right? And I don't think they'll be under any illusion for that either, right? And, you know, that's where the whole idea that they've kind of clawed their way up through, you know, the various seasons of, you know, open, into main, all the way into Challenger and now here in Katowice as well. Like, I don't think they're under any illusion that they are underdogs. And they're just here to try and learn, get that experience versus top-tier opposition.
It's really cool for two reasons. One, it enforces the idea of the open circuit and how anyone can do it and how you and your mates can just band together and grind. And it took 2.5... Not your mates, and not you either. It took them 2.5 years to get from Open to Katowice. Pretty impressive run, though. Committed you have to be to do that. But also, it's none of, not just the Golden Five, but none of the Polish names that we've seen competing at Tier 2 and making entrances into Tier 1 over the past 5 years. None of the AGO squad, Gruby, Furlan, PHR, these players, Snatchy, that we know are insanely good and have been swapping around in teams for years. There's still that AGO core out there. But these are 5 new players, 5 young players we haven't seen before. So I think that's really cool. That being said, FURIA don't care about your story. They don't care about your history. They're here to win at any cost. Art drops through the smoke. Casey will find it, but reaggress denied. Safe is there to respond, keeping things even. And this is only a default for FURIA. Of course, a default for FURIA involves Art committing out B apartments. That's just a default to them. But the rest of the team now can be meandered together and run and execute in this bomb site. KSCERATO, lurky boy right now. Does he want to fake out A or just late take middle, perhaps? They're going to just make noise, start running towards B. Olimp with the AWP is ready. Barrel. Oh, Jiggle. He's seen a couple of players, but he can't take the kill.
Trying to get out of there, trying to get out of the danger zone, but the B site was already lost. And Drop has been very, very keen to get involved. Eight and 1 to open up this game is Drop.
And he's been one of the most interesting talking points for FURIA, because when we had this academy era starting really in 2021, and we had Tier 1 teams move these academy players in, there was a lot of talk. There was the tour sheet that basically the Mal's NXT roster becoming the Mal's core. There were people like Monacy, who were gracing our screens with their presence, some incredibly talented players. And Drop he was on FURIA Academy, and that was the worst team in like 3 seasons in a row, bottomed every time, not an impressive roster. And Drop he was the best player in that team, but because the team never had any results, it didn't really draw any interest. Neither, when he joined this team, he looked pretty mid. But in such a short space of time, around some of the best riflers in the game right now, and players like KSCERATO, he's really risen up and proven to be an extremely talented player in a short period since joining this FURIA main team. So I think that's super exciting. And hard to do with the players surrounding
him. No, 100%, because it's like, exactly as you say, he wasn't one of these, like, prophecy players where it felt like they had, like, a destiny. Here's the play into the A site out of FURIA, another pacey one. Cut down. SNX with a nice sight hold here, anchoring it down before he's traded. He puts up 2. He's done his part in the round. It's a full grouping over towards CT with a flank on the cards for Permitta, but it does hinge on these players in CT staying alive. Up close, Olimp drops in, wins the first and the second. The bomb gets away from FURIA now. And so KSCERATO gonna have to do this in the 1v1, but these are the rounds that this guy is made for. The clutches is where the claws really come out for KSCERATO.
Oh, he's hit the net.
Pushing all the way through spawn. He's got the info that Olimp isn't here. He started to piece this one together. Olimp's even considering it as well, trying to stay ahead of him in the mind game in this clutch.
If KSCERATO went past, he would not be favored in that fight. But even though Olimp's read it, KSCERATO is going one step further back to the site. He knows he's been played with right now. KSCERATO just sticks the bomb back on default. He knows spawn's clear for the time being. He's got a molly if he wants to get weird. Swings with it, and Olimp was running. Easy kill for KSCERATO. 1v1 converted, and a clutch to keep FURIA in the good. Up 8-1 now. Lovely start to this map for FURIA, as it always should have been. Very nice try, though, from Olimp. Getting those first 2 kills from CT uncleared after safe cuts down the AWP. Seeing some signs of life out of Permitta, even if they aren't manifesting into rounds yet. Some individuals on the screens, and Lena with the AWP finds an opener. That's more like it. FURIA with a fast ramp contact denied. Art dead early again.
Ramp's even been taken in this one. SNX in the forward position, but he is very alone here. Lena doesn't have a flash or anything to help him. That would have to come from ISO, who's over at stairs, and you know, he's not really in the best of spots to lend a helping hand. So SNX is alone and now dead. KSCERATO, a clean opener into the A play. FURIA have not committed yet. Flash goes over. Lena blinded, but still with an angle from CT. That smoke's going to get in the way.
Spooky.
So he doesn't want to get caught with any trickery around this smoke. He's just posted on Palace. There's a lot of room right now for FURIA to start to move out of this ramp position.
That's top con smoke. Still, ISO is the player to watch out for in this round. He's got that cross on lock. Molly behind him. He's going to catch this first player jiggling. They flash, they commit together with a swing, and both kills come through. Safe even picks the AWP out of CT spawn after climbing up on top of balcony. FURIA, methodical mid-round there in a 4-on-4. And Permitta, yet again, throwing in the towel. It's all they could have done. 9-1. Pretty brutal, but can't say we expected much less from FURIA. And on a map like Mirage, you've met them in the middle ground. Sure, maybe a Pugger's Paradise, maybe a mainstay for Permitta, but whatever you do, FURIA can do twice over. Not forcing the issue on the hunt. They certainly have the money to, but 2 guns are allowed to be kept here, and pistols will be found around them for Permitta Esports, as FURIA look for double digits already.
They've actually committed to the buy.
Okay.
They've had the rifle, saved rifle players drop guns over, and Lena had a bit of extra cash lying around to buy himself. So they will be pulling up with an investment here. Going to come with some limitations, right? Lena is no util, but that's fine. He can maybe look to be a bit of a point man, look to get him involved early, maybe try to set him up with some of these flashes. FURIA leaning back into this attempt at the mid-control with KSCERATO lurking over towards this A side of the map. This time he's challenged, and well, that's exactly what he wanted.
Couldn't have been more ready for that.
And spotted down in con, and this one goes from bad to worse. The ISO's off, and it's a stark contrast here.
And FURIA's still waiting for a re-aggression towards Palace, towards middle. They'll eventually contact one of these sites, but the kills just keep on coming, man. Why stop? Just Casey sat back at A. And FURIA have already cleared the B site, so the bomb will be returning to the apartments. Making sure they don't lose this one to time. And it's only a matter of time before KSCERATO gets impatient and walks straight out of Palace. Casey's being boxed in.
Yeah, I almost don't think he's... It's Art who's going to be the guy making the move, isn't it? With this AWP. He will flick back to find him.
Oh, the nerves, Harry. The ring rust. The LAN experience. Something likely lacking in the camp of Permitta. And you just got to brush it off, right? That's all you can do at this kind of scoreline.
Yeah, you know, like one of the kind of sad things about the matchup is just that, like, I think for a team really trying to learn and like trying to gain experience, FURIA is probably the worst team for you to face in that regard, because they do play the, you know, their kind of unique style, their unique brand, Art at the helm, and they're not afraid to keep it pretty loose.
Oh, that could have been everything for Drop. Molly kept him forward, but instead he's lost the bomb on his own in B apartments. And they've got an AK on an Eco.
Yeah, that's a rough way for this one to open. Now, KSCERATO is doing what he often does.
He's
just kind of
15-1.
over towards the A-bomb site, taking heads off. But it's still this rescue and recovery mission of getting the bomb back. Yuri's been dispatched. to go and clean up this B-side player. Art with a tag, recommitting to this fight on the P250. He's like, go on, you first. Always a gentleman. Let's KSCERATO in. So now just one man left. One of the two that helped kickstart this whole thing with the lower push, but he's locked out. And so FURIA, they get control back.
Given a talking to drop there, like, hey, I saw what you did. Don't lose the bomb like that again. Not much he could have done, missed his shots. And KSCERATO with a 16 KD, of course, like we all expected. Must be having some fun in the office today. As FURIA 11-1 win. Now, Permitta, if they lose this game, they will face the loser of Big Cole. I'd say that's pretty up in the air right now. Cole had good form. Grim certainly did. Back a blast. I'd say that's probably a more level matchup than this one, though. Art. Oh, through the smoke. The AWP is ready this time. A 5-on-4. Lane has given us a couple here. And untraded as well. FURIA need to look elsewhere.
Ooh. Yeah, you know, KSCERATO's still alive, making the play out through ramp, so it gives you a lot of hope here. This first fight goes the way of the site player. SNX deals with KSCERATO. And so now with the guy who's kind of, you know, been the saving grace in moments where you lose art early, and KSCERATO was always there to give you a backdoor in. With him now gone, that pressure's going to fall to someone else. Save's trying to get involved all the way up through connector. But the AWP's not ideal here. The long barrel betrays him. This one starts to fall away from FURIA. Permitta are looking for a second round. That nade connects down in con, and yuurih is dealt with as well. So there's the second round. Permitta with it. And so much of it was weighted on that KSCERATO fight over at ramp.
Yeah, just getting rid of literally Goliath himself, the one guy. He's been causing so much havoc. Solid shots all around the board for Permitta. But it's got to be reproducible. They've got to build in if they actually wanted any chance of making this game interesting and get a 4-round half here on CT side Mirage. It's not pretty. It's all they can muster at best. AWP down under with cover from SNX, and he's playing the smoke well. He finds Art again running down middle. No teammate to trade though. yuurih was flashed out behind the boxes. SNX is trapped to a degree, but the bomb's been dropped towards B. yuurih catches him. They still don't know about this AWP out under. It's wide right now. KSCERATO can't see this player above the smoke. They've gone underneath him, and he falls off. Oh dear, that's awkward. Olimp will capitalize. KSCERATO didn't fall off the edge there. He would have been accurate. Might have been his kill, but instead double up from the B anchor, and Permitta find a third. Gracing the board right at the end of the half here with back-to-back rounds. And I got to say, the one thing that has gone very well for Permitta in this game is they've shut down Art in these opening fights a lot of times.
Yeah. You know, I think that comes with the caveat that he's kind of
a little loosey-goosey right now. Yeah, he's a little loose.
He's been running the aggro second AWP T-side Mirage, which is a niche yet to be carved out.
Oh, look at him again. Right up. Cat. Oh, it looked like he was ready for that. The flashes were really good. I don't know if Laner could even see much. Still going to chase into the B-bomb site, though.
KSCERATO trapped. Stuck at the van.
Oh.
And now naded out of the round.
Beautiful.
yuurih's got to do this one alone. Up through short. Tap, tap, but nothing connects. It's a 4-round half for Permitta as FURIA are up on 11. Nailed it.
Look into my face. Tell me now why you want to wait. fight it. How can I?
FURIA in fighting form to take on this best of one against the new boys on the block, the hometown heroes of Permitta. 5 poles here at IEM Katowice. And, well, they are getting a bit of a beating here, Harry. 11-4 down the barrel in the first half. Getting the last 3, though, as FURIA unleash and go a bit loosey-goosey towards the end of their T side.
Yeah,
now they swap over.
In spite of Art's best efforts, Permitta only managed to get 4 rounds there.
Oh, dear. Yeah, we've had a PC crash as well. We'll just be waiting for Art to get back in the server. But I say play on. I say 4v5. I say balance it. But he is back, so I'm sure the game will be restarted. Not restarted.
Resuming.
Resumed. That's the
There
word
you
I was
go,
looking
right.
for. It began with an R. And we'll be back into the meat and maybe even the potatoes, Harry. Your favorite part.
It is, you know, the best part of that dish.
Yeah.
Maybe that or, you know, stuffing is pretty good as well.
Stuffing's nice. Yeah, we can work with it. Well, you
Well,
need
if
some
you want-
Counter-Strike. We'll stuff your bellies
Oh,
today. We've
I
got
don't-
lots of games coming down the barrel, and we may have even had our first upset as well. No, actually, we didn't. OG ended up winning in overtime. So still upset-free today, and that seems to continue unless Permitta have the best T-side y'all ever seen.
Let's see if they do. KSCERATO continues where he left off. Opening kill found from the man in the lower tunnels, and now he's even vying for a bit of this top mid control.
Ouch.
Proves to be one battle too many, but yuurih is here to pick up the pieces. Drop dead as they swing him from in front of the stairs. However, Casey left in this 1v2
Ooh.
makes it the 1v1. Art. Now the man who's got to step up in the clutch, and he will. Nails the shot. And so FURIA grab the pistol to open up this second half. 12-4 on the board. They are teed up to take this map. They can just, you know, cross their T's and dot their I's.
That would be nice. That would certainly go a long way. Nice try. That's the thing from this game. We've seen a lot of like good promise out of it. A lot of close rounds, a lot of clutches that haven't come through. They've had their 1v1s. And if anything, it is like reassuring to see when we get in the 1v1, the high pressure scenario, FURIA do
like
often
screws
come
it all
out.
back, like screws his head back on. He's
Yeah.
like, okay, I've played it very loose and very
Let's
fun
just
this
win
whole
now,
game, but
yeah.
like, no, this is where I just, you know, I go back to vintage art.
This is an ESEA grind buy, though. 4 Galils and an AK, 2 smokes in the second round. It's also a 12-4 buy, but I do like it. Rely on your aim, believe in yourself. But FURIA have also brought rifles to this party. Safe pushes top mid to climb up Cat. And a good time as well. Triple mid with an undertake as Permitta come in with 4 of their own. Oh, an arm is spotted and removed, and yuurih offering out executions, cutting off limbs, amputations in middle. ISO not long for the world either, as FURIA's heavy mid setup shuts down the rifles. They know if Permitta are going to buy, and they're going to get Galils with no grenades, it's going to be a mid fight. And they meet them right there, 13-4. And the downside of that buy is you're going to get 1 full rifle round, and it's up against 14.
Yeah, so really, you know, one opportunity, one chance to try and make this one count.
1 moment. Do they capture it or let it slip?
I knew you wouldn't be able to resist. As soon as that left my mind, I looked over at you, knowing what was coming next.
Unpredictable.
Yeah, this one, a bit more of just a formality, as it's just the pistols to get past. Clean couple of openers go the way of FURIA. That one as well. Lovely for KSCERATO. And so it's a nice clean round here. Permitta that one chance. It's here and now.
This is going to be very relieving for FURIA just to come in and get essentially a warm-up game before they have to take on the big dogs. Winner of this game, whoever it may be, is obviously facing the winner of Big Cole, as is the loser, facing the loser user in that as well. So I'd say that's a very up in the air game. Most of our games have been pretty clear about the favorite.
Yeah,
This
I
one,
think
no
that's probably the
exception.
most like 50-50 of the day.
Yeah, I would say that or OG Sprout as well, but that went to overtime, so I guess that got proved. Still the favorite one. Oh, safe. About to cross him, but he aimed down. He had to flick and not in time. They're up in window. Holding the smoke is KSCERATO. He's got that light, and he's going to shoot right through. He knows when Olymp's coming. yuurih ready for ISO as well, and swinging out into the A site is Art. They are winning all their battles in every location. 2-on-4 all of a sudden. Permitta are running out of time. Oh.
I know where the last guy is. They just run at him. They just run at him. This one falls on deaf ears, and that really was the rifle round that had to take the cake for Permitta. It had to be their step in the right direction in this second half. FURIA now teed up to close this one out dominantly at 16-4. Permitta, they've got a Mac 10, they've got 3 Galils, a little handful of util this time around to try and do something. Love something just a little grouped here. I think if you go off and seek your fortune in a couple of 1v1s, that's kind of how FURIA want you to face them. And so already this one looking like a done deal. Art mauls them over at ramp. And so here's his little mini redemption arc. He tried to play a very loose style, very aggressive, and oftentimes to his detriment. Well, here he's good to have locked that one in. 16-4, the Brazilians win their opening matchup here. And it's all looking good, Hugo.
Yeah, Permitta, they showed up, they played their best, they had some really nice rounds, they had some close rounds, some cool ideas, and I want to see more of them when we enter the BO3s. They'll be moving down into the lower bracket. They still have one more game to play at bare minimum. FURIA go on to one more match away from the main event.